It takes a long time to get a trademark registered in Canada, and we're going to come back to that and discuss it a little bit more fully in a subsequent slide. But essentially, it's to plant the seed of when do you think about registering in Canada? Because in my experience, a lot of US businesses think about Canada way too late. So, Selena, you want to add something there?
Sure. I mean, Canada is the natural progression once you've filed in the US because we're so close and there is such, over the border business that we all do together. In my experience, I definitely file a lot of trademarks in Canada coming from US clients. We'll discuss when it is important and why it is even more so important to file a trademark in Canada. But we see now, not only from the US, but because we're now part of the Madrid protocol, that we actually are designated to have protection in Canada from foreign entities, from like the EU, from from countries in Asia, wherever they may be, South America, they look to Canada. So also, it's important to note that I'm asked a lot, well, I have registration in the US, doesn't it cover me in Canada? And that is not the case. If you have protection in the US, it does not necessarily mean that you have trademark protection in Canada at all. So it's really important to ensure that you're protected here. Each jurisdiction is really looked at separately.
I just want to come back on something you said, just in case any of our listeners aren't familiar with it. You mentioned that Canada is a member of the Madrid Protocol, and that's why you're getting a lot of applications from countries all over the world, more so than in the past. The Madrid Protocol is a treaty that enables someone who seeks to register their trademark in their home country to essentially have a hub and spoke method by sending it off to Switzerland to the World Intellectual Property Organization, and then having them serve as this hub and sending it out to all these other different countries and facilitating sometimes a quicker and cheaper way of getting rights internationally. There's all sorts of reasons not to use this treaty, and many people don't. But Madrid Protocol makes it as easy as checking a box and saying, I want to include Canada in the places that I want to register my trademark, and having that proceed. So we'll talk a bit more about that later. You got something to add?
And that is, Canada only became a member in 2019. And in 2019 was a big year for Canada. We had many, many changes in our trademark law. And that was one of them. And that was something that brought us more similar to the US system, where, we're members and we can be added.